Good morning, beautiful vegans. Excuse me. Happy Monday. Here we are in the midst of the holidays. I just wanted to say hello and talk about vegan spirituality because for me, this is a very much a time of growth and it's a time of change. As I look outside, I see the trees with leaves that are have fallen down in the on the earth and going back into the soil, and everything is changing. The leaves falling and shifting their being, their composition to heal the earth, to bring nutrients back into the earth. So I think that's what's going on with me also, changing, shifting, growing. And change isn't always pleasant. Sometimes we need to take a breather and take a look at what's going on and feel, tune into our feelings. So let me tell you about what happened this weekend. So this was a very spiritual experience for me. And when I talk about spirituality, what I mean is connection with all living beings, connection with our Mother Earth, the trees that are standing like this, strong. I mean, I see their branches up, right? And some light behind them, the sun behind them, just the beauty of nature. And that to me is connecting with spirituality, knowing the essence of all living beings. And that came up at church on Sunday. And I talked about an experience that I had this weekend because the question was, what do you define as oneness? And oneness for me is being connected to every part of nature, every part of life, every part of the universe. And that's what happened when I went up to Just Love Forest in Rome, Georgia. So this is a beautiful 700-acre area that they have different experiences, forest bathing, sound journeys, drumming, drum circles. So what I went up to experience was a forest bathing. And so we went out into the forest quietly and mindfully and respectfully of the forest, walking. It was a little bit cold, but I didn't think about the cold as I was walking. What I did was connect with the trees and give thanks for them as I passed each tree, just really breathing in that mindfulness, that spirituality of the forest as a living being. Hi, JJ. So the first we walked and quietly reflected, and then we sat down. It was on a crest where we could see out. It was beautiful. I sat and a little leaf sat on my lap. I looked down and there was a little leaf and she was there. And I took the time sitting on that beautiful peak to connect with that little leaf being and feel her warmth and her life and see her green color and see the veins that were on her surface. Just feel the softness and delicateness. And it was the way that just to really feel and touch the way she felt and to honor her and to have her sit upon my lap as I really reflected about connection with nature and honoring her and looking down at her and thanking her for her beauty and her wisdom. So she was a young little leaf. And it was magnificent that she chose me to sit with. So we sat together and had a little intimate conversation through our heart space. And then we went walking a little bit more. I went walking with the group and I said goodbye to my little leaf friend and I thanked her. So as we walked, we came upon another area full of rocks. And so we each found a rock and connected with that rock to learn about winter. What was winter like for that beautiful being, that rock being? What were the lessons that we could learn from our rock that we felt called to choose. So I saw a rock and I went over there and I felt called to choose this rock. And I looked down and there was a smaller little rock. And I thought, oh, I see. This is the rock really that I'm supposed to be with. So I put my hands on that being and I could see, I could feel the warmth and the coolness of that little rock. And I saw little insects on the rock and realized this little rock was a very important home to many. There was moss and other things growing on him. And I appreciated his strength and determination and resilience through the winter months. His being and how he made it through all the rains and all the freezing temperatures, still here, a quiet little rock. And I appreciated his groundedness. And I tuned into that. And I felt, I just had my hands on him the whole time. I felt who he was, the essence of that little rock, which was beautiful. And I thanked him and then I moved on. And we walked more and mindfully giving thanks to the trees and the leaves beneath our feet and the soil beneath us, recognizing all the living organisms in the soil that are sustaining Mother Earth. So the next connection with trees. So we all chose a tree and we were asked to share vulnerably 100% openness with that tree and to feel the openness of the tree back. So I found an older tree, and at this point I don't know if the tree was living. I don't know. But I saw that she was very old and she had a lot of scars. She had a lot of, looked like she had been burned, looked like things had chipped away at her. And so there were soft parts of her, very fragile parts of her. And I sat there and I touched her and really looked deeply at this beautiful living being. And I thought about her life. And I noticed that she was laying across on another tree who was supporting her, which was so beautiful because trees are all connected, and knowing how much they love each other and that root connection underneath the soil and how they feed each other and they're aware of each other. And this beautiful other tree was supporting her. And I really felt both living beings right there. And I gave thanks for them and the wisdom. And I saw how all these little wounds and scars were beautiful and how they made this beautiful tree a unique individual. And I thought about myself and all my little wounds and scars and how that related to my life and the support of my friends holding me up just as the tree had her support. And I thought, what a blessing. And so I sat there and I grounded with both trees and said, thank you. And I felt that I was grounded with all of the universe, the whole root system, flowing out that grounding with everyone, right? It was beautiful. And I, again, thanked them for their wisdom. And then we moved on and walked in silence back to the yurts and back to a sound bath and really kind of concluded the day, really bringing in that energy of peacefulness. And then I shared my experiences with everyone there about connection with all living beings and these three beings who had really spoken to my heart and shared their love and wisdom with me. So it was profound and beautiful. True vegan spirituality for me. And that in that way, I feel that I'm really expanding as a vegan empowerment coach. So I don't really like titles, but I mean, I guess we have many titles, right? So I wonder what is happening in my life with new experiences in forest as a facilitator of forest experiences and of, I lead hikes at the Nature Center, so that is a forest experience, and I've been doing, but to really bring in more spiritual elements of that, and as a healer in many ways, just expanding that that healing, the ways that I help others to heal, right? And it's not even me. It's the universe speaking through me. It's God speaking through me to help others heal. So I'm excited to see what comes up in January. And right now, like I said, I feel like I'm kind of in a chrysalis, like the butterfly who is about to really be born into some new stage of her life. So it's exciting to see what's happening. So if you want to connect with me, I would love to talk and chat. I am here for you. Again, I am a vegan empowerment coach and I help those who are struggling. I did put together a 20 video series channeling animal wisdom for holiday calm, because I really believe our animals are powerful sources of healing as well. So looking into what they can teach us through the holidays. And the little video series is very short videos, 3 to 5 minutes. It's $20. So if anyone would like that, I need to throw the link in the description. And please join my Facebook group on Empowered Vegans, Voices of Strength from Mother Earth. I'd love to have you there. And just to chat, reach out to me if you're struggling or just want to say hello. All right, please hit subscribe. I love subscribers and I love y'all. Thank you for everything you're doing. You all are a tremendous blessing. Namaste, vegan.